The New York Rangers took care of business in the first round. Let's talk about the series and preview what's ahead. And well, welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm WickerMedia. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. So, the New York Rangers have wrapped up the first round sweep of the Washington Capitals in the first round, winning that series 4-0 and now advance to the second round against either Carolina or the New York Islanders. We will find that out over the course of this week. And it was a pretty cool weekend for me because I got to watch both Games 3 and Game 4 with my father. We had not watched a playoff game together in close to probably 30 years. We haven't lived in the same state since 1997, and the Rangers are the only team that we have in common. So that was pretty cool. It is the Rangers' first sweep of a series since 2007 when they took out the now defunct Atlanta Thrashers in 4 games. And that was the only time that Atlanta was ever in the playoffs, as a matter of fact. If you go back to the last 30 years, the Rangers have swept only 2 series. That series against Atlanta and the first round in 1994 against the Islanders. But about this series, I thought the Rangers took care of business without playing their most dominant hockey. There were times in the series when I thought they had some trouble clearing the puck, especially towards the end of games, which was a little bit infuriating. Certain lines that sometimes you didn't really notice them generating any offense against the defense that was missing several of its best players. And the Rangers' defense had some moments when they were not active enough. I'm getting all the negatives out of the way, but look at Game 4. Hendrix Lapierre of the Capitals skates in 1-on-4. Him against 4 Rangers. He somehow gets to Igor and scores the tying goal to make it 2-2. Chris Kreider did nothing to backcheck. Jack Roslovic was just waiting to go on offense. He gets right around Ryan Lindgren. Erik Gustafsson did nothing. Now, I know that's not a defensive pair that is used to playing together. You could tell me it was a long shift. That's all well and good. But I just thought it was not a good period, and the Rangers cannot. Lindgren can't expect Gustafsson to do his job. Gustafsson can't expect Lindgren to do his job. But then the Rangers really controlled the third period of Game 4, their best of the game by far. They held Washington to just 7 shots on goal, and that was when Washington was trailing for most of the third period with their season on the line. And I think it really started at the beginning of the period. Mika Zibanejad and Chris Kreider generated some good pressure on Charlie Lindgren on the first shift of the third period. I thought that was a bit of a statement. Not long after that, it was a power play goal 11 seconds in. Artemipanarin, and we're going to talk about Panarin a little bit today. He takes a great pass from Mika Zibanejad, rifles what would be the game-winning goal into the net. The empty net goal, of course, comes later. But a few things to sum up the series. Tom Wilson, we know what he is. Cheap shot after cheap shot after cheap shot. And what's so infuriating is he is a talented hockey player. He can play the game. He's not just a thug. He's capable of playing well. He doesn't need to take these cheap shots unprovoked. He doesn't need to go after players who are smaller than him. He takes an unprovoked shot at Adam Fox after the Rangers scored a goal in Game 4. Absolutely ridiculous and unnecessary. But rather than me tell you about it, I got to insert this clip here. This is Dave Maloney, the great Dave Maloney on the Rangers radio broadcast after Wilson takes this absolutely unprovoked shot at Adam Fox. Listen to this.
What is he doing?
He's just grabbing Fox.
What's he doing, the idiot? He grabs a hold of Fox out of the blue. Freaking idiot. Oh, he's a tough guy. Tough guy on Panarin 2 years ago. Tough guy on Fox. And they talk about Rimpy.
You gotta love Dave Maloney. He is a Rangers treasure. He is so good, and he wears his heart on his sleeve. I absolutely love it. But another thing with the series, special teams was dominant the entire time. You could see the obvious disparity in talent between these two teams. The Rangers generated a lot of odd man rushes. The Capitals just did not have the speed to keep up with them. Rangers had 10 different goal scorers in 4 games. That's pretty good. And another thing, I thought the alexwennberg, willcuylle, and kaapokakko line played very well for most of the series, but it's been getting a little bit of criticism, especially center alexwennberg. Now, the line only scored 1 goal. That was by kaapokakko in the first minute of Game 4, but they really controlled the flow of play when they were on the ice for the most part. So if that can really be a shutdown line, that's going to pay dividends for the Rangers as the competition gets stiffer. And you look at alexovechkin, one of the greatest goal scorers we've ever seen. I'll never discredit him, but he was held to 5 shots for the entire series. He looked done. Now, maybe he's saving his energy for next regular season, so he's still got a little gas in the tank to chase Wayne Gretzky's all-time goals record. Maybe that's what his priority is. You know, the media asked Artemipanarin, how did you shut Ovechkin down? How did the Rangers shut Ovechkin down? And he just smiled and said, it's something we talk about, it's a secret. You know, he wouldn't give anything away. And I want to spend a moment on Panarin. Now, I made a video before the series and said I thought Artemi was primed for a breakout in the playoffs. He's never really had that series where he put his stamp on it. You know, but at this point, after watching the first 4 games, I got to tell you, I'm feeling pretty encouraged. He's having fun. The fact that he's smiling, you know, with the media is always a good sign. He's not taking the weight of the world on his shoulders. 3 points in 4 games. That's pretty good. But he's playing more assertive. He's playing more physical, which he didn't always do in the Devils series last year. He, of course, had a hard hit on TJ Oshie in Game 2. He's battling for pucks along the boards, so I need Panarin to keep doing that in the second round. Because the playoffs, hey, snipers become body checkers. Crazy things happen. Oh, and speaking of the second round, well, as we know, it's going to be the Hurricanes or the Islanders. They are still playing as of this recording. Game 5 is Tuesday night in the great city of Raleigh, North Carolina. The Islanders trying to extend the series after staying alive with an overtime win in Game 4. It's a little hard for me to imagine the Islanders going down to Raleigh and extending this to Game 6. I personally hope they win Game 5, and I hope they do that in overtime as well, because I still think the Rangers have another level they could take their game. The way they played against Washington, it probably isn't going to beat Carolina, and it would be a challenge to beat the Islanders as well. But the Rangers took care of business, they earned their rest, they got the desired results, and now it's on to the conference semifinals. Let's see what happens, but the second round, it's going to be incredible, no matter which team advances. Well, those are my thoughts on Rangers Capitals and previewing what's going forward. I will be back once we have that opponent finalized. I'll do a series preview at that time. And a reminder, we go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. It's usually a lot of Jets talk. Wednesday night, we're going to be doing a big draft recap, so stop by for that. Well, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.